Hello everybody and welcome to Crafting Unscripted. I'm Katherine from Katherine Learns Stuff and we are going to do some crafting today. I don't really have I don't want to say I don't really. I have lots of ideas. I'm just like trying to narrow it down to one. So we're going to try something different. Hello Nancy, hello Barbara. Thank you for letting me know that you're here. Let me know if you can hear and see me. I know you could get my message there, so hopefully you can hear and see me perfectly. And I was talking to someone the other day, maybe it was on Crafting Unscripted last week, or maybe it was something somewhere different, but I was thinking we're going to switch over. So Valentine's Day is over. I clearly have not cleaned up from Valentine's Day yet. It's still up in my kitchen, all over the house. It's been a little bit of a chaos over here. We had a long weekend, and then we had a snow day, and then we had a day off, and somehow it's Thursday already, and like I've done nothing. So we're going to focus now. We're going to switch from Valentine's Day, which is still up at my house, and we're going to move over to St. Patrick's Day, because someone mentioned that we should do St. Patrick's Day, and I thought, I don't know what to do for St. Patrick's Day, but the hearts that are hanging up, like I made those big jumbo hearts earlier for Valentine's Day, those are still up in the kitchen. And my son really wants the Christmas stars back up, but Christmas is over as well. So I don't want the Christmas stars up. I don't want the Valentine's Day hearts up. So we're going to make some shamrocks for the kitchen, like to hang down as my centerpiece over my table, because I can't do like Christmas and Valentine's Day anymore. Those are done. So we have about a month now until St. Patrick's Day. So we're going to try to make some shamrocks. Now, never done this before, as is per Crafting Unscripted, so we're going to see how this turns out. And I was hoping to use some scrap paper, but that's not going to happen, because, like, come on. You know how it goes. Thank you, Barbara, for letting me know that everything is good here on the sound front. I know. Hi from snow-covered Minnesota. Hello, snow-covered Minnesota. We had an ice storm yesterday, or 2 days ago. I'm not sure when it was. It's a blur now. But we were either supposed to get 30 centimeters of snow. We were supposed to get either 20 millimeters of rain, or we were supposed to get an ice storm, which is like, you can't really count how much that's going to be. We got option number 3. We got a whole bunch of ice. The world shut down. It is like an ice rink outside. My tree is like this beautiful ice sculpture, which I hope doesn't break and fall down and damage anything. So lots of ice. We didn't get the snow. I really would have preferred the snow, because it was rain and ice, and now it's like just gross looking outside, and it's an ice rink. So we're going to try not to worry about the snow, and we're going to move into like St. Patrick's Day, because St. Patrick's Day is like early spring, and we're going to like something. So we're going to switch angles here. And so the idea today is that we're going to be doing these shamrocks. And so I've got these, I don't know what these are called. These are like some random paper that I got from somebody once upon a time. But they're a perfect like pre-cut size. And so they come in like, this package here has blue, green, red, and yellow. And this package has pink, purple, yellow, green, and blue. And so I'm going to grab out some sheets here of green, because it's St. Patrick's Day, so we're going to do green. But I think I might do green and yellow, because I'm not sure I only have 2 shades of green, because I was going to do like, I even pulled out my fancy pack of green paper, but I don't think I have long enough pieces or enough of the same colors, so we're just going to leave this aside. Now this is the current method of my scrap paper holding on to. I'm not sure I'm enjoying it, but whatever. We're just going to carry on. So each shamrock has 3 leaves, right? 1, 2, 3. So each shamrock needs 3 leaves, maybe? I'm just going to pull out a whole bunch of greens here, because I have a lot of this, and we're going to figure this out in a minute. And I need to use up my supplies, because I can't buy any more. So light green, on my screen this kind of looks like a beige, but this is like a light green. We're going to pull out some dark green. And I'm just going to keep working here, trying to get this paper out. I feel like my fingers aren't cooperating. This is a dark green that we're going to have. And so there's a few options that we can do. We're going to try a few different ones. Maybe we'll try 2 different ones, because knowing me, I'll get carried away talking, and then we won't have enough time to craft. All right, so green, and a little bit more green. And we're going to do maybe yellow. We're going to try yellow on the inside as an option. We'll see if we decide that we like that or not. I'm going to pull out some yellows. No, I don't know. Do we want yellow inside the shamrock? So let's just grab some more yellow here, and we're going to evaluate this before we get permanent into the decision factor here. So what's going to happen is, if this all works out, we're going to have our, let me measure this out first because I clearly need to know my numbers here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Perfect, 12. So I need one of these at 12. So we're going to do dark on the outside, light on the inside, and then do we want yellow on the inside? We'll give it a shot. Just 1 second. I need to measure this at 10 and cut. So we want 12, we want 10, and we're going to do a sample one with yellow and then decide if we want it with yellow or not. And I think we want this one at 8. That's going to be here. Okay, I'm just going to snip this quickly. And so we're going to see how this looks with yellow. And if we don't like it, then we won't waste a whole bunch of paper. And so, okay, so we're going to fold this in half, like so. Just going to fold this in half, like so. And we're going to fold this in half, like so. And 1, 2, 3 inside. And we're going to, this is not going to work as is expected. These need to fold inwards, like so. Let me just hurt myself some more. We're gonna do it this way. Okay, so we're going to staple these all together here and here, like this. Maybe this is gonna work. I think I'm doing this wrong. Where's my stapler? Okay, so I'm just gonna staple this here for a second. And my stapler doesn't work. Perfect. Okay, and then we're going to, this is not gonna work. It's supposed to be like this. I did something wrong here. This is gonna have to go the other way. My brain's not working, folks. Just give me a That's supposed to come out a lot easier and not hurt me. I might need to get my like glue finger protector things to take these staples out. This is not working. All right, let's try this again. I'm gonna throw these in the garbage before I step on them. And so this is going this way, and these are gonna go this way. And I think this is not long enough. I think I need to have longer paper. People make this look so easy online, and then it never is. So the idea is, I'm sorry folks, this is not working at all today. I gotta get my glue gun for this. I'm gonna have to go back to the internet here and see what's happening, because I clearly have lost my mind, because I thought this was easy and for some reason it's not. So let's go. Nope. How is everyone doing? I'm clearly losing my mind here, and I need to figure out what I'm doing, because I've lost my mind. Just give me, I had a note here. Like, this isn't so difficult, Catherine. You should be able to do this, right? Like, sorry, I just needed to figure this out, because I thought this was supposed to be easy, and clearly it's not. I'm going to staple this down here like this. We're going to do this on the small one, and it's not going to work out, but we're just going to deal with this. All right, this is not, we're doing this wrong. I'm doing something wrong here. We're going to keep going here. We're going to fix this. I'm going to turn my glue gun off before I burn myself. I'm really sorry. This was supposed to be like a simple craft, and of course I've messed something up. And this is going to be at the 10, a little bit here, and this is going to be at the, what did I say this was at? 8. I feel like my brain sometimes doesn't work. I've had like a really weird week. Aside from all the snow and rain and ice, My brain feels like it's been, I don't know, in a brain fart. And so we're going to try this with yellow, and then we're going to try this with and then we'll see how I like it. Because clearly my brain is not working. Okay, so first thing we got to do, we're going to staple down here. So I've got 2 of each color, and then I'm in the wrong order. Perfect. So I feel like my brain is in like this weird brain fog or something, and I'm having troubles figuring out what exactly that I'm doing here. So we're going to fold this guy in here. This is what's happening. All right, I knew something was going wrong here. And I'm just pulling this out here, and we're going to staple this down, and then we're going to do the same thing with this one. This should look better if I don't have them all folded like I did initially, so that's kind of going to not work. And then I'm going to staple this one. And this is going to be my Shamrock, so don't mind the bends, we'll fix those in a minute on the actual one. But do we want yellow or no yellow? So just have 2 greens, or do we want yellow and green and green? So let me know, should we do yellow or no yellow? Let me know, and then we're going to figure this out, because clearly this shouldn't be so hard, but clearly I've made it much harder than it should be. So yellow, no yellow. Let me know in the comments, please, what you think. I'm thinking no yellow, because the yellow kind of doesn't seem to match this green color that I have going. But if we can make this work, I might be able to get some shamrocks happening in my kitchen. And I got to do... Now, do I have enough of all this? That's another question. So I need 2 and 2. Yellow looks okay, says Barbara. And I need 1, 2, 1, 2. Anybody else going to chime in? Or is Barbara going to win with yellow? Maybe we'll do one with no yellow, says Nancy. All right, I need another vote, because we can't just leave it as a no vote, as a tie. So somebody, Smiley J from Minnesota, do you want to put a casting ballot in here and see what it has to say for ourselves for this win or no win? And while that's happening, I'm going to quickly cut these lighter green ones. I like all the colors, they work well. Ooh, Elaine jumping in. All right, we're going to go for 3 colors then. All right, so this one here we said was 10 inches. This goes here. And the next ones aren't going to have the folds, because I knew something was wrong. I always I don't know, sometimes my brain doesn't seem like it works. 1, 2, 3, 4. That one's going to stay in the project, and we'll see how it looks. And then we need to, I got little squares. More scrap paper. Always more scrap paper. And we're going to do you here. Always more scrap paper. That seems to be the story of my life. I'm trying to use up paper, and all I end up doing is getting more scrap paper. And so that's okay though. All right, so on the inside, we're going to do 2 yellow. It's going to be wrapped in the lighter green. And that's going to be wrapped in the darker green. And this one doesn't have any bends in it, so it should look a lot better. And we're going to snap this together. And now I'm going to do this. Bear with me. We're going to do one at a time. Because if I wanted to, I'm just going to see how this looks, if I can get this to work. Maybe we'll do it this way. We're going to do it this way. We're going to get all 3. I'm just going to try to hold this so that we can see this. All 3 like that together instead of loose like that. So we're going to do it this way. So bear with me as I try to align these all here. So I've got them all aligned at the bottom. And I'm going to give it a staple here. And we've got it like that. I think that one looks better. Okay, so now I got 2 pieces of my Shamrock. And now we need a 3rd one. What do we got here? Outside, inside, And I think that looks good. I think the yellow's okay. We'll do the yellow. All right, and so this is going to be like this, and this one's going to be in the center. And we're going to do this one just a little bit differently because this has to hang. I like the new way. Thank you, Elaine. I like the new way too. What we're going to do with this third one is since this has to hang up on my ceiling, well, not my ceiling, but in my dining room, this third one's going to have some green string stuck in the middle of it just to make it like extra crazy. So we're going to line all this up. This is how Crafting Unscripted goes. Nothing works according to plan, but we'll get this. We'll get there. We'll get there. And we're going to do like this. Sorry if you couldn't see what I was doing there. And I need more hands. That's what I need. I need to have this here. And I should have probably done this before I committed to holding on to this. But I'm going to just suffer through this and make my little knot here so I've got some to tie up to. And I'm going to put this through here so I've got a string now. And if all goes well, we're actually going to staple through this. Stay together. We can do this. We can do this. Bam. And now I've got a string to like hang this up on my dining room, and I'm just going to snip this surplus so that you can't actually see all that extra. All right, now we've got three bits. Okay, so that's good. This is looking good. And then now we got to put a bottom piece. So according to the folks on the internet, all we do is with this bottom piece, we're going to fold this in half. And I'm kind of going to maybe fold this up this spot right here just to give it a little bit of an edge. And so it's going to have like a 1-inch sort of bottom seam here. And we're going to have this. All right, so now I've got like a little thingy here. And now, for the pièce de résistance, my stapler's not going to be able to do this. It's going to all hold together like this with this here. That's not going to work. We're going to put the glue gun for this. That's going to go with the glue because I can't. My stapler can barely hold on to these 6 pieces of paper. And so this is going to be it. So this is what it's going to look like so. I think that's not too bad, and it's going to hang up. So what do you guys think? Is it okay? I'm not sure. I'm not totally sold on it just yet, but for the first time trying, it's not too bad. I think, let me just take a look at how much paper I got left here. So I'm not sure about how everyone feels, but I like big things. Like I'm big crafts, like big, you know, like my hearts were big, my stars were big, and they looked really nice in the kitchen, over the dining room table. And so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's not a lot. So I'd like to have them sort of hanging up big over the kitchen, but that isn't always going to work out. So we're going to see how this one looks. This next, we're going to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I've got enough dark green for that. Good. We're going to do some more yellow. So we're going to do another one because I can't just have one. I got to have 2. So maybe we'll be able to do the second one faster. We'll see how this works. And I got some yellow here. And then I need 6 light green. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 4. Did I not just count 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, 7. Okay, and then I need 6 yellow. And do I have 6? I have to use a different yellow. We've got different yellow here. A slightly different yellow because I don't think I have enough of this other yellow. I've only got 3. Only got 3 of this other yellow, so I gotta use a different color yellow. But that's okay. No one's gonna notice. This really shouldn't have been this difficult. I apologize, everyone, for making this a lot harder than it should have been. 4 and 6. Okay. Done. We're making progress. I apologize. This is not supposed to be so difficult. I gotta get my glue gun protector finger things before I burn my hands off. Has anyone done any, like, I don't know, fun crafts recently? I'm feeling like I'm at a loss here with my crafting. I've been feeling a little bit like run out of ideas, and so let me know what you guys have been working on, because I feel like I'm losing it. So anyone, let me know what you have been working on so that I can, and I'll steal your ideas. No, I don't want to say steal your ideas, but give me some inspiration, because I'm really, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm really feeling at a loss with some stuff recently, with ideas and with crafting, and I don't know. Last week I started to do, I tried to organize my scrap paper in an attempt to try to like get some creativity going, and it kind of worked. I got a little bit of inspiration. I made some cute little tags out of scrap paper, so that was nice. And then this week I'm going to be doing some more scraps projects. I'm going to be working with more scraps, and I'm making bookmarks. I've made a lot of bookmarks in past projects, and I just find I have so many of them, but they always seem to disappear. And so I don't know how that works, but that seems to be the case at my house. And so I'm making more bookmarks, and I have all the scrap paper that I need to use, so that's what's going to happen. Nancy says, I've been making St. Patrick's Day cards for family and friends. So Nancy, I got a question for you about St. Patrick's Day cards, because I'm not like, I don't know. I've never been big on giving for much about St. Patrick's Day. I mean, for me, it's always been more of like a little celebrating event where you just sort of, you know, go and have some drinks or whatever. But that's less exciting when you have kids, because you have to deal with kids as well. And so, so St. Patrick's Day for me, like I never really thought of it as like a card giving thing or really a celebratory thing, other than just to like a big party. And so, what do you do for your St. Patrick's Day cards, Nancy? While my glue gun is still heating, we're going to do this again. Sorry, I gotta concentrate here for 1 second because I've lost my marbles. Okay. Staple there. There's one. I have been Mod Podge St. Shamrock projects on napkins and some wood signs for St. Patrick's Day. Ooh, I was thinking about doing, but I couldn't pull myself to find any jars. But I was going to do like was it for Halloween we did some jars, like some mason jars with Mod Podge, and as like sort of candle holders. I was thinking about doing something like that, but for St. Patrick's Day. So like doing shamrocks and or just green on like a jar. Wow, that word really lost me there. On like a jar, so that I've got something to, you know, like put candles in, or maybe some flowers so it's green and St. Patrick's Day like. That was kind of the idea or my thought, but I couldn't find a jar today and I wasn't really sure where I was going to go with that, so I didn't do that. But that may be something we can do next week. And what else do you got? I made a fun fold and put the pot of gold on it, but the Happy St. Patrick's Day spins around and then opens with a message. Wow, that's a really fancy card. That sounds amazing. You should, if you're able to, could you send me a picture of that? I'm curious to see how that looks, because I always love to see how people make their cards. I've been wrapping plastic Easter eggs with washi tape, then covering them with Mod Podge. Ooh. Hiya from Niagara area. Hello, Niagara area. You may also have gotten some of my chaotic weather that I got here, because I'm just outside of Toronto. All right. Oh, I forgot to put that piece in. Oh, well. We'll just do this like this. We're going to pull this. I forgot to put my little area here. No, this is not going to work. My brain is not cooperating. We're just going to shove this in here for now, and we'll glue this into place later or something. Okay, so we've got the 3 shamrocks here. Got a second one. my glue gun, perfect. So when you have a glue gun like this, you have to charge it. So it is dead, so I gotta pull out my little itty bitty one. It'll work too, it just has limited range with this super short cord. So, and I need some glue for that. So I apologize, no wonder it wasn't heating quickly there. Just bear with me as I create chaos. Alright. I have like a whole pile of extension cords and things down there that are, I always worry, like when I leave this area I have to unplug everything because it feels like a fire hazard with so many things plugged in such a small space. Alright, so we've got 3. I just got to do this last one here again to have like a stem on my Shamrock. And I apologize that today's craft is a little bit, I'm gonna say, like, not turning out as great as I hoped, but that seems to be the case. Yeah, so I'm thinking maybe next week we'll do like a vase or something, a Shamrock vase or green vase with Mod Podge. I'm not sure. But Easter eggs, washi tape, covering them with Mod Podge. Very neat. I'm not at Easter. I don't even know when Easter is. Is Easter in March or April this year? So that's another issue. So we're gonna get my glue guns heating up here. We're gonna kind of glue this all. Gonna glue these 3 together, and then we're gonna glue this on this stem here. Sorry, I don't have more space here. There's too much stuff. Not enough space. It's gonna be like this. That's gonna be our Shamrock. It's gonna be beautiful, and it's gonna hang in my kitchen. We'll see how it works out. April 5th. April. Oh. So maybe we won't spend too much time on St. Patrick's Day, and we'll do some like Easter stuff as well. So we'll see. Okay, so this glue gun heats pretty quickly, and we're gonna just like give her. I should put my fingers on so I don't burn myself because I can already see it. Okay. I'm just going to hold this for a second because this glue, even though it's also cheap glue, is less effective than the other big glue that I have. And then this guy's just going to go, so these 3 are glued together, and now this guy's going to go on top to like hide the staples. Nothing super fancy, just enough for me to burn my fingers. All right. What width is the strip and size? So, the width here is 2 inches. Yeah, it's 2 inches, and the green one, the big green, is 12, 10, and 8. So that's what we ended up doing, and then this one is 12 as well. These were just strips that I had sort of. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Not too bad. The ones on the internet look better, I think. So that's one done, and now we're gonna do the other one. It's an industrial glue gun. It is an industrial glue gun, and you know, it's fantastic when I make big projects. So like for Halloween, I do like big things, right? Like I do like decorations outside, and having that industrial size glue gun is fantastic because it really makes it easy to work with like big projects. So like I don't even know how to explain them, but like one year I did a Ghostbusters proton pack, that thing that they wear like a backpack thing, and I had to use like a whole lot of glue for that. So that was super because I just like take it outside, do this and do that, and so having a really big glue gun is awesome. We're gonna try this one a little bit differently. We're gonna try closer to the edges here. Good thing I got my gloves on because I just would have put my finger right into the nozzle of this glue. Let's see if this holds like this. But you have to charge your glue gun, and I use it quite a bit, and I forgot to charge it, so that's no good. All right, and no. So I'm just, I need more finger protectors. All right, so this one, aside from the fact that this was folded here and messed up a little bit, this is the shape here, and this is the shape, no, the shape here. All right, I don't have enough space. Let me just, so we've got 2 shamrocks, and they're going to, let me just change the view here. They're going to hang in my kitchen like so. That's good. That turned out not too bad, right? This way. There we go. And then I got the other one. A little bit different gluing method. I think I got to put some more glue in between these shamrocks because they look like they're already falling apart. So while my glue gun is still attached to the power, we're just gonna glue this baby a little bit more together. So I think that turned out all right. Not perfect, but I mean, this is crafting Unscripted and nothing is ever perfect. Here, let me just unplug my glue gun here so I don't burn myself. So that's that. Let's just let this one dry for a quick second here before. I like the second one better. Yeah, I think the second one turned out better. All right, let's do this one more time. So this is number 2. I'm gonna try to hold it with my arm so that it like stays not moving too much. Okay, so there we go. 1 and 2. Yeah, I think the second one turned out better. And those will be in my kitchen now. So that turned out pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. And it wasn't perfect, but you know, such is life. Such is crafting Unscripted with Katherine. So let me know before we go. Next week, should we do St. Patrick's Day or should we start to work on Easter? Because I guess Easter is coming up pretty quickly. It's a month away, so we've got just over a month. And like next week is already, February is already done next week. So, so what do you guys think? Should we do Easter or St. Patty's Day again next week? So let me know that. And then also, if you don't yet know or you haven't been reading my emails or just whatever, Card Maker Success Summit is happening next week. So it starts on the 26th until the 1st of March, and it is Card Maker Success Summit. We're making cards, and if you haven't seen my card, I've sent out some emails about this, but I will show you my cute little card that you can get, and I've left the link for that below in the description of this video. And it's not an Easter card, but I guess it's got an Easter bunny on it, so there's the card. And then you open it, and it's a little belated birthday gift card. So that's in the Card Maker Success Summit. If you sign up for the free tickets on Friday is my craft goes live that day. You can get that card for free there. And then I have a matching little envelope which has a little running bunny on it that you can get as a freebie as well. But if you can't wait to get the card and you can't wait to start making all the cards that they have, there's some really amazing cards, you can get the VIP tickets for that and just buy them and start to watch the stuff right away. I've left links for both of those in the description below so that you can watch those. Hello, Loretta. And I'm getting a lot of Easters here. So let me just, I seem to have folded something inside this card and my card won't go in. We'll deal with that later. So I think next week is going to be Easter. Looking forward to that cute card. And this is, whoops, that just fell out there. Gotta fix that. Loretta, this is what we did today. If you're just joining us late, I'm not going to have a chance to watch the replay right instantly. So these are going to go in my living room instead of the hearts that we have right now. And so I'm glad you're looking forward to making this cute card. It was super fun to make. Spring flowers. Ooh, changing it up. Right out. Not even Easter, just spring flowers. Well, if you are looking for spring flowers, Jean, I do have a whole bunch of spring flowers in my tutorials on YouTube and on my website. You can check those out in the meantime so that you can like get into spring. I know because at a certain point people you get like done with winter and you need something like fresh and springy. So I totally get that. So maybe I'll put that in there. So we've got either Easter or spring flowers. Nobody wants St. Patrick's Day. So Sorry, St. Patrick's Day. That seems to be it. So that's it for today. Make sure you grab those tickets if you don't have them already. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining me. And that's it for today. So thanks so much for crafting with me. Happy crafting, everyone.